92.
When did you join rugby?
I joined playing rugby back in 91.
91. What does it mean to be like alumni for a rugby team to you?
Well, it's great because you get to see these kids actually in life carry on a great sport that's going to actually do something for them as they get older. They're going to probably make lifelong friends and friends forever. Like that guy right there.
Right here. What do you think about the team now? How did they play?
I think they played really well. I've been following the team for a long time.
How do you think the game went today?
It went pretty well. We have a lot of freshmen, and many of them have never played before, so it's really hard for them to get around the game of rugby because it's a complicated game.
Do you think having freshmen is a benefit to you guys? Because you guys can train them and pretty much like take them from zero and just train them how you want to train them?
Yeah, definitely. We always need numbers because it is a contact sport, so having at least 30 guys coming out, although over half of them have never played before, we'd rather have numbers and train them how we want them to, train them exactly how we want them.
Right. Do you think your guys are going to have a good season after judging by practices and stuff like that?
Hopefully, if the numbers keep up and people keep on coming to training, I think we can have a pretty good season.
Right? All right. So what does that mean? What does that entail? What do you do?
You know, I help the boys organize alumni relations, games functions like this. Also funding. Also help Vince, with his captain duties, with president duties. Since I've done this before, years ago, but I've done this before. I help guide him, and I speak on behalf of the alumni in how we present back to the school.
So I am here with, what's your name?
Jeremy Shorenstein.
Jeremy Shorenstein. What year are you?
I'm a senior.
Senior. When did you start doing rugby?
I started last year. I transferred in and picked it up.
How do you like it so far?
I love it. It's so fun.
What's so great about the team? What are you really learning?
It's a whole bunch of camaraderie, and you work as a team. It's not just about you. And everybody's so accepting. And when you're on that field, and you know that somebody's got your back, if you get hit, it's like immediate brothers right there, because you know they'll take care of you on the field.
How do you think today went with the team?
Well, overall, I think it went pretty well. I mean, it was our first game of the season, and it was an alumni game too. So I mean, it's not really a full-fledged game. We have a lot. We scrimmage each other. We played 3 20-minute halves or periods instead of 2 40-minute halves. So it was a learning game for a lot. I have a lot of players this year that got a lot of game time, and it looked they got the experience that's needed, because next week we go down to Santa Cruz. We play Slugfest, and that's when the games count. And the guys need to be ready. So as far as that, I think it's really successful.
How does this team compare differently to teams in the past?
Well, the number one, the biggest change this year is that I actually have numbers. I have competition for position, which always makes any team better. You have last year I could barely fill the team. So when people, when it came down to game time and I didn't have people at practice and they'd show up for games, I'd put them in. And you don't get any continuity that way. You don't get any, passion. And then people just show up and they play. They don't really play with all their heart. So this year, the competition level for position is really, really good. I have numbers, and I actually have a lot of talent on the team. I don't, however, have experience, but experience comes, with age. So
having freshmen and stuff like that, do you think it's going to benefit your team because you can train them from the bottom up, train them how you want to?
Definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the pressure's on me now because I, if I mess up, then they're messed up. So I mean, but I like it that way because they don't have any bad habits coming in, which is good, and I can train them the way that I want. And I think the main thing about having so many freshmen is the 3 years down the road, the 4 years down the road when they are, juniors and seniors and have been playing with each other for 3 years. They're going to be well seasoned, and I really definitely believe that we have a national championship caliber team on our hands.
Well, good. Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you very much.